Hello Reformers, and welcome back to Blood for Land. Now, when we left off, we had just done another peasant smashing, I suppose you could say, and we have completed basically everything we can do in Wesfrak as far as I am aware. I do know that there was one of you commenting in the previous episode, and you said that there was another shack or a hut on top of a hill, and yeah, that's the thing. I think I've already done that, but maybe you missed the episode where we actually spoke to that guy. Not entirely sure, but I checked all around anyway, and there doesn't seem to be anything there, so yeah, it seems like maybe you just missed that episode anyway. So we are here with Khan the Great, or the Great Khan, and I'm actually going to be executing him right now. Your execution will be carried out at once. Yes. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Wait a minute. My people will avenge my death. I don't think so, somehow. I don't think so. Am I going to kill him myself, or am I gonna... Oh, maybe I am. Okay, well, a nice swift headshot. There we go. The execution has been carried out. Oh, okay. Well, that's impressive. Okay, well, at least he's no longer sort of cluttering up our prisoners' hold over here, and we don't have to worry about him. Yep, there we go. And so, I suppose the only thing that we have left to do is to conquer and collect the taxes of all of our newly conquered places. So, hopefully we'll be able to do that, and we're going to see where we go next. Obviously, I'm just going to get another 2,000 dinars, I think. Yeah, let's... yeah, we can't do that just yet. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well, anyway, let's have a look here. We want to conquer the Great Desert. Yes, here we go. Fantastic. Okay. Oh, your scouts report a fortification controlled by the Empress of the Desert. Okay, well, this is... Oh no, this is going to be bad, perhaps. Okay, so let's just get all our economy going really, really fast here. There we go, get all of that. Okay, we need some wood and everything as well, but yes, I think we're absolutely fine. I do need to get a barracks. What I'm going to try and do is I'm just going to try and go with one unit for the majority of the time, and we're going to try and get like a really nice critical mass of that one type of unit, and then we're going to advance immediately, and then the enemy is not going to know what hit them, basically. So let's see if we can make that happen. Not entirely sure if we will be able to, but, well, let's give it a go. Well, we have already advanced to the Iron Age, and we also have every single economic upgrade we can get. Now, the only thing that we can currently construct is obviously just unit production things, and I'm not entirely sure if I really want to do that just yet. I'm just going to go with Axemen right now. One of you actually said that Axemen was extremely effective just by buying them. Not entirely sure how far you are in the game or anything, but we're going to try and see what we can do about that, because if we just save up a huge amount of resources and then eventually get all of these at once and then completely get a massive power spike and maybe get a bunch of Templar or a bunch of Frisian Knights or something along those lines, then that is going to completely throw the enemy off, because they're not going to be expecting that, even though they are technically AI. They're just following a set pattern, but the fact is that, well, we're probably going to be able to overpower them very easily as a result of that. So let's see if I can just kill these. It's actually really nice to see the varying amounts of environments, and as well as the, you know, unit variety that is very much lending itself to making this one of my favorite mods ever, which is actually a very bold statement, because it completely eliminates one of the main factors in, well, Mount and Blade and Warband respectively as a result, and that is, of course, the map. It completely eliminates the map, so it not having that is kind of cool in many respects. It's also going to throw a lot of you off, and you know, that's absolutely fine, because if you don't like it, then that's your choice. But I personally feel like this is a very refreshing take on a very cool mode as well, because this is basically like playing Natural Selection or playing Savage or something along those lines, but playing it in the Mount and Blade engine, and in general it's kind of, obviously, as I have said in the past, comparing itself to Age of Empires in a sort of RPG format, which is actually really cool. You know, that is actually really cool. So let's get some caravans going, because I actually don't know what they're going to be giving us. If they're going to be giving us wheat, then that is going to work out extremely well. But I have a feeling it's probably not going to be wheat, because we're in the desert, so it's unlikely that they're going to be able to produce wheat. But I think now what we're going to do is we're going to just charge straight on in here, and I'm just going to continue just producing axemen. That's literally all I'm going to be producing, because you know why? As soon as we have, well, basically gotten, I don't even know. I mean, we've got so much wood and iron that we will be able to build so many malachite crossbowmen that I don't think anyone is going to be able to defeat us as a result of that. But let's just see if this tactic actually pays off. I mean, I have always in the past decided to use these kinds of tactics some of the time. Oh, it's velvet. Okay, so they're giving us more gold, which basically will then mean that we will have a much greater opportunity to gain Templar. And this is going to be pretty insane, because obviously Templar are extremely good. And being able to have an overabundance of a particular resource, in this case gold, is always a nice thing, because then we'll also be able to get Frisian Knights and things like that. So hopefully this is going to pay off. I think it might, because obviously we're only using food to produce units, and we are actually pushing across the map pretty nicely. Now I've got to say that initially the Empress of the Desert did not have anything on the map apart from 3 dots. And I'm not entirely sure what those dots were, but I can only assume that they were something very, very powerful. Maybe some kind of elite archer or something along those lines. I'm going to get some more caravans here. We want to get as much gold as possible. As you can see, the velvet is selling for a very, very nice price. And I'm thinking, should I just test them a little bit? Should I just test them? I don't know whether I should, really, because that's going to probably end in my demise. I mean, doesn't it usually? Oh yeah, this is not good. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to have to take out these desert archers all by myself, which is never a good thing. Never a good sign to have to do your own dirty work, is it? No, of course not. Oh my. Okay, well, I am taking a lot of damage here. The only way that this would be a little nicer is if there was a building that you could construct that would slowly rejuvenate your unit's HP or something along those lines. Ouch. Okay, yeah, I did get pretty much killed there, but that's okay. That's absolutely fine, because now we can build all of these things here. And I can build these steel swords as well. And what I could actually do is just revive myself. Could I? No, I can't actually revive myself right now. Yeah, I don't have enough gold for that. But that's fine, because we now have all of these. And I think once we have enough gold, I might spawn myself as a Templar. I think that might be quite nice. Well, this is rather amusing, isn't it? I mean, look at what's happening right now. I am playing as an Axeman because I was actually wanting to spawn some Axemen because the enemy was actually getting rather close to our spawn area, and I did not want them to take advantage of that. But look at this, look at how amusing this is. They're taking huge bolts of velvet back to base, and this is going to be really, really nice, because the first initial, shall we say, burst of gold that we got was about 400 gold, so this is going to be really, really good. I'm just going to upgrade the rest of our forces. As you can see, everyone is absolutely amazing now. So what we can do, look at this, we have so much wood, so much iron. I could technically just spam for the remaining of the time, you know, just malachite crossbowmen all the time, just malachite crossbowmen. I have 600 gold as well, so that means I can get 6 Templar units as well. Can probably get even more, actually, now that I think about it. So I think I'm probably just going to run in here and kill myself, basically, so that I can spawn myself as a Templar or something. And let's see what I can do. Okay, yeah, I'd like to be a Templar, thank you very much. And then I'm going to get some malachite crossbowmen. Oh yes, here we go. Now this is going to be pretty insane, I think. This is going to be pretty insane. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I have just literally... How many have I spawned? I think I probably spawned about 68, or not 68, probably about 50. Probably about 50 malachite crossbowmen. That's pretty amazing. Now, of course, my caravans are being... Yeah, they are being beset upon by those guys. So we're probably wanting to get some Frisian Knights. So let's do that. There we go. And should I get a couple more caravans to replace those that we lost? I don't think it's really necessary. But I would like to get some composite bowmen because, of course, we just have no iron any further, and we need iron to be able to make our you know, other crossbowmen. So it's absolutely fine. This is good. Look at this. We have a total of 115 units on the battlefield. Obviously, we are going to lose a bunch more caravans, but they've done their job. They've done their job. I'm probably going to try and get a couple more as time goes on, but right now, the only thing that I am concerned with is eliminating all of these units. Oh, they have crossed us for the last time, haven't they? Or maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know, actually. Yeah, let's hopefully not die by them. Alright, so what I have done here is I have, well, yeah, I think you can kind of see, I have an overwhelming force of ranged units, and hopefully they're going to mean that we will be able to absolutely eliminate any infantry, any cavalry that come towards us. Cavalry is obviously going to have the best chance of absolutely destroying us, but hopefully they'll kind of get a little bit confused by the Frisian Knights, because obviously the Frisian Knights are just going to slaughter them, and then at the very back over there I have a contingent of axemen, and the axemen are obviously going to come in here. They're going to absolutely destroy everything, hopefully, and they're probably going to be our greatest chance of being able to eliminate the majority of the HP for the castle. So hopefully we're going to be able to do that. I'm training some more Frisian Knights just to replace the ones that we're going to lose at this particular juncture, because, well, I mean, just look at them. There's loads of enemy units here that can kill Frisian Knights, and I'm not particularly happy about that, but, well, what can you do? And hopefully we'll be able to make it to the walls as well, because obviously the Templar do not have shields. Don't really have too many of... I actually don't think I have any Templar. I think I spent all my gold on Frisian Knights, which is absolutely perfectly fine, because we can see here that the Frisian Knights are doing so much work for us. And I think what I probably... No, yeah, there we go. Okay, phew. Okay, so now I can die in peace. Thank you very much, yes, because I wanted to move my archers a little bit closer, because as you can see, they're a little bit out of effective range. Now, our other Frisian Knights are coming down over the dunes there, and we also have a bunch of axemen along with them. So, let's see what we can do here. Okay, so I have an overabundance of wood, so I assume we probably want to go for something like composite bowmen, maybe... Yeah, I think we'll just go for composite bowman. I don't really want to... Oh, the Empress has been injured and taken off the battlefield. Oh, well, that's good. That is very good. Okay, so, yes. Should I actually spawn myself as a shaman? Let's spawn myself as a shaman. What do I actually do with this? Do I have any powers? I don't think I have any powers or anything. Okay, so, otherwise, what do we want to do? Well, I suppose some more Frisian Knights would be fine. And then we have food, no iron. We have food and no iron, so I assume... I suppose it would be absolutely fine just to go with some composite bowmen then. That's basically all we can do. And then we'll get some axemen to follow them up. And it's going to take me quite a bit of time for... yes, for us to get over there. But, as you can see, we have 174 units on the battlefield. And that is... probably game. That is probably game. As you can see by the health bar just flashing every so often, our units are now focusing on it a little bit. I actually have no idea how many of our people are actually hitting the castle, but hopefully it's going to be all of the axemen that I sent earlier. Well, here we are. Welcome to the new lands of the desert. And yeah, they are riddled with composite bowmen and malachite marksmen and axemen. That's basically what we have here. The Empress is doing actually a really good job at defending, basically by herself. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, look at this. We have actually 207 units on the field of battle, and it's absolutely insane. It literally is absolutely insane. I am going to try and get a couple of other things to come over here really quick, so I'm probably going to get some more scouts, because they seem to be pretty easy to get. I'm going to try and get some more Frisian Knights too, because obviously they're amazing. They're really good. But for the most part, we're just going to have to wail on these walls, and they're eventually going to fall before us. And I gotta say, I didn't actually do that much damage to this. I think I've done about 25% damage, and my forces have done the rest, which is actually pretty impressive. Considering, usually, you know, you have to do most of the work, but in this case, I think it's probably because of the unit composition that we used. We were absolutely fine, and I don't know, I think it's really just the enjoyment that I get from this particular mod that is making this Really, really fun. And look at that, 5,000 dinars and victory. That is fantastic. Look at that. Okay, so can I leave before I lose all my... Oh, it doesn't even matter whether I lose all my units at the end there. Okay, well, there we go. Congratulations, you are victorious. So let us go into the hometown. Let's actually speak to the Empress and see whether she is, well, shall we say, more agreeable. So I'm going to speak to Old Smitty because I'd like to see if I can maybe buy something. I mean, look at that. I'm using pretty terrible gear, right? I'd like to get maybe this. Oh no, never mind. 15,000. 15,000 for that. Okay, never mind. I'm probably just going to be selling the bow and the arrows, sell the scythe and the saber, and yeah, I don't really need all that stuff. So let's go and speak to the Empress, who is going to be over here. Hello. Okay, what do you want from me, Forest Scump? I could use some of your unique troops to help me in my conquests. Yes. You destroy my settlement, then you ask to steal my troops from me. What will I get in return for such an agreement? Other than my settlements, I can give you many other things. What do you desire? Well, I can think of 3 things. Kill the dog Khan Calathar, who has long tormented me and my family. Give me 5,000 dinars to help me start a new settlement, and release me from this cursed dungeon. Then you can use my troops. Okay. I killed Khan Calathar and I have the money. Sure. Why not? You can train them from your military academy. Okay, well, there we go. We have some new units. And that's the thing, like, the only other options that we had with her were to allow her to go back to her people, which is kind of meh, you know, there's not really anything I gain from that. And the only other thing was killing her, and I don't gain anything from that either. So at least we gained something. Did lose 5,000, which is what I gained from her. I do get to tax her lands though, which means I do get 1,900 back from that. So technically I only spent 3,000, kind of. And that means that I then have the opportunity to go maybe to the next zones. Now, the one thing that I would like to ask, those of you that have, shall we say, gone further in this mod than I have, what benefit does it give me if I go to one of these places with the Dockmaster first, before I expand to the other ones? Because if I go with the Wharfmaster to these other areas here, I mean, yes, to the foreign lands, what does that actually give me? Does that give me more taxes from the magistrate? Because I've heard that you can kind of get yourself soft-locked. Because if you get yourself soft-locked, then there's no way to actually do anything. You can't go anywhere because you can't make any money, because time obviously does not pass because the world map is not there. So the only way to make time pass is to participate in battles. And if you can't do battles, then you cannot collect taxes. So I'm wondering if one of those foreign lands over there is going to give us about 5,000, maybe 10,000 per battle, then that is actually going to be really, really useful, because maybe we'll then be able to make enough money to be able to go to one of these places, which obviously is probably going to cost 4,000 next. I think it's 4,000 or 5,000 next, and then 6,000, and then 8,000, I think it is. So yeah, let me know about that if you actually do know. And thank you very much for the support on this series. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy this mod. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.